Hey, this is Batting Stance Guy, and if you didn't watch baseball this week, here's what you missed. The final 4 teams of the regular season being knocked out, and 2 wildcard teams already being booted. Let's take a look at the player from each team that I hope you did not miss their season. First one is the White Sox and Alex Rios. Alex Rios began with the Blue Jays super low like this. Then when he went to the White Sox, he put his hands the level of Gary Reineke like this. Now he's up to a fairly normal stance and hit the same amount of home runs as Canerco and hit the highest batting average on the team. He may win the Comeback Player of the Year, strangely enough, against Adam Dunn. You say, how is that possible? Rios hit 100 points higher batting average than Adam Dunn, yet they had the exact same on-base percentage. Crazy. Alex Rios, nice season. Next one is the Tampa Bay Rays. They got eliminated, and B.J. Upton's career has probably come to an end at Tampa Bay. Yes, I love that freeze frame shot of Upton after he hits. But I love that Upton was crying at the very end of his stint there, because when he didn't hustle it out mid-career, I didn't like him that much. And then when he cried because of how much it meant to play for the Rays, I like B.J. Upton more now than I used to. But he had the most home runs, most RBIs, and strangely enough, with a 246 average, almost one of the higher batting averages on the Rays for guys that have played the whole season with them. All right, the Angels were the last AL team to get knocked out, even though the Rays have a better record. And yes, Miguel Cabrera will probably win the MVP, and he's the first guy in 45 years to win the Triple Crown. But did you know that Mike Trout's the first guy ever to hit over 320 with 30 homers, more than 45 stolen bases, and more than 125 runs scored? It's never happened before. Mike Trout did it his rookie year. Trout is unbelievable. The last team to get eliminated from the regular season was the Dodgers, and their best guy, I can't believe I'm saying this with all the star power they have, all the all-stars, they have practically the whole NL starting lineup all-star game in the late 2000s, is Luis Cruz. He was probably the best player, and A.J. Ellis on Jonah Carey's podcast last week said that Cruz was terrible in the minor leagues. He was an automatic out. And so he winds like this, shows you his upper teeth, and was clutch all season long. Luis Cruz, number 47, was unbelievable for the Dodgers. So there's 2 teams that have already been eliminated from the playoffs. The Rangers, which a lot of people thought would win the World Series this year, if not at least represent the AL, their highest batting average, even though they have a couple guys that could win MVP or be in the top 10, like Hamilton and Beltre, is David Murphy had the highest batting average on the team. Can you believe it? And when I was in the clubhouse and meeting him, he looks a lot like Cameron Fry from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. He's a great dude. Cameron Fry maybe, but David Murphy. His whole thing when I was imitating him in the clubhouse is he treats his bat like it's 400 pounds. Most people, when they kind of wind up, they just go forward and obviously have the muscles to do it. He has to rest his bat on his shoulder on the way out as if it's like, it's like an anvil, and he can't bring it to the front. And he said he's not sure why he does that. For whatever reason he does it. He ended their season this year and last year with flyouts to, I think, left field both times. Weird. Last team, the Atlanta Braves. That was a bummer on that infield fly, but fans were more accurate with their throwing of beverages than the infield was throwing it around infield that game. So Chipper Jones, we will miss you. His career is in many ways unmatched. He's probably the first best number 1 pick ever because he did it all for the team that drafted him. Other 1 picks have had great careers, but A-Rod, the Mariners didn't get more for A-Rod than the Braves got from Chipper. There's only 130 active players that have 100 home runs or more, and only 3 of them have more walks than strikeouts, which is a crazy mathematical equation that anyone could have more walks than strikeouts. There's so few people that can do that that are also home run hitters, and Chipper Jones is actually one of them. Also, he's hitting over 300 from both the right side and the left side of the plate, which is very rare. And for a guy that played third base primarily in his career, even though he played a little left, he has the most RBIs, more than Schmidt, more than Brett. And as a switch hitter, he's in all of the record books alongside Mantle and Eddie Murray on home runs, RBIs, batting average, all that kind of stuff. Frankie Frisch, I think, is in there too. So Chipper Jones, we will miss his yickety yaks. Enjoy the postseason. There's 8 teams left. I'm going to be on Jim Rome Radio on Friday, and watch Intentional Talk on MLB Network. I'll be doing some spoofs there throughout the postseason. It's a long season, but a great one, so stay tuned.